What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are here at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale today, here with a couple of friends of mine, with Destiny and Hugh. I think a lot of time we shoot on the channel, we've had some really high-level shooters on this channel in the past, but sometimes normal folks, like who have real jobs and real responsibilities and don't live on the range, that can get discouraging. So today I put out a call this week on my personal social media for some friends who wanted to maybe join me on the range and have maybe a little bit of lesson time and fun time and do some shooting. These guys showed up and are willing to be on camera, so let's knock the rust off. Mountain Man Medical has name brand proven trauma medical supplies with a price match guarantee to ensure you get the right gear at the right price. Check them out at get-asp.com/mountainman. So Destiny, hi.
Hi.
One of my wife's besties.
Yes.
And you've recently kind of gotten into this world.
Yeah. I mean, I always grew up around it when I was younger. I've been shooting when I was younger, but it was never trained. Nobody ever taught me really. So I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And then, being that Laura is married to the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, jeez.
I was able to, be around it more, and now actually getting real training. And the hard part about that is trying to get rid of all the bad habits that I just learned on my own, and then learning the correct ways to do it. So so I would consider myself a new shooter just because I'm doing it correctly now.
Now, if you're paying attention and you're in the ASP Unlimited app and you watch the Armed Parent or Guardian, which the full class is available in the app, really great class.
Yes.
You'll see Destiny in that class with us, rocking that party. You shot really well.
it was real. I loved it. It was great.
Nice. Yeah. And Hugh, a British expat.
Yep. No, American citizen.
And that's true. An American, but okay, so a Brit by birth, an American by choice. Yes.
I was living in Massachusetts. And
I like traveling to foreign countries. I understand.
Yeah, I actually have a Massachusetts concealed carry permit.
Really?
Yeah. Long story, which I won't go into, but I got very little training there, and then I moved to a free country.
Yes.
And got cancer. So chemo is miserable.
Yes.
So I had a good friend make sure all my guns were in the safe, change the combo on the safe, and take the backup key.
Smart.
And so I haven't shot for about a year.
About a year, and still kicking cancer's butt.
Yeah.
And but let's get some handgun skills going today, right?
Yep.
And I love this, guys. So listen, this is like, what I want to encourage both of you is okay, so we filmed a little bit today, and they were kind of hanging out and watching, and you're watching Ross, and you're watching Dig, and you're watching, Phil Wong, and these guys can freaking shoot because they're gun school nerds, right? And it's what they do. It's their hobby. And if it's your hobby, cool, then that's what you do as your hobby. But, if your hobby is raising babies, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, if your hobby is kicking cancer's ass, right?
Yeah.
Then you're like, look, but I still maybe want to carry to protect myself, but what's up with that? So let's just practice a little bit and get kind of warmed up and rock and roll, okay?
All right.
So I'm going to get them up on the 5-yard line and let them practice, and I'm just going to give them, again, the basic reminders, all right? Pro tip for firearms instructors, sometimes we get somebody on the line and we see 67 things that they could work on to get better, and we're like, fix this, fix that, fix this, fix this, do this thing now, and every time they shoot around, we give them something else to work on, and pretty soon they're like, there's no way I could do all that, right? Work on one thing, right? Work on one thing. So my big thing that I would encourage you to work on, grip the gun. All right, just so at my very beginning, what I want to do is I want to grip that gun front to back and put that front pressure on the gun if I can. And remember, it's not round, right? Your gun's not round, so if I try to grip it round, I'm gripping a square peg with a round hole. That's hard, right? So instead, I try to grip this gun front to back with my strong hand and side to side with my support hand and grip it firmly. And if I'm going to focus on anything, I focus on my pinkies, because that's where the vast majority of my grip strength comes from, right? And you can actually remember that if you take your dominant hand, which for me is my left, and you put it on your forearm here, and take your trigger finger and get it out of the way, right? Now grip as hard as you can. That's how hard you can grip, right? Great. Now relax it. Now I want you to do the same thing, but I want you to start here, and I want you to think first, grip pinky first, and then grip as hard as you can. You feel how much harder you were able to grip when you did that? Yeah. So that's all that is focusing on the pinky. It has its own tendon running down the arm and its own muscle kind of firing group. And so if I focus on the pinky, then I will get a significant increase in my grip strength, and that grip is really the master of shooting well. The vast majority of the time, you've probably been in a gun school class where somebody's like, oh, quit slapping the trigger, or they're telling you everything is about the trigger. The reality is, if you grip the gun hard enough, you could beat the trigger with a hammer, and it doesn't really do nothing, right? Because if your grip is strong enough, it's not going to move. And that's really what I want to do, is grip the gun and then see the sights, because the sights tell me where the bullet goes. And then if I see the sights and I've got the gun gripped, and the trigger just says, okay, go ahead, right? So as long as I got a really good grip, that's where it'll come, okay? We got some targets out here to work on, so why don't we get both of you up here at the 5-yard line? So always remember, of course, we're going to remember our rules of safe firearms handling, right? So 3 rules of safe firearms handling. I'm always going to keep firearms pointed in the direction of least consequence, which here is either in my holster or down here at the berm. The up here, especially because we're downrange, a bullet will go right through that, right? So we don't want to be pointing guns up. It won't go through this. This is armored. As you can see, people have tested that, but we don't want to continue to test it. Okay. So again, we keep firearms pointing in the direction of least consequence, and we keep our finger high and in home base until we've made a decision to fire. Right. So it's a big thing. Home base for me is in front here. I don't love that because I could have a problem. Right. I find a home for it and put it home. So it's either at home or it's at work. Right. So I find a home and put it at home. And then our third rule is we keep firearms unloaded and secure until they're in use. But we're in use right now. All right, you guys, go ahead and draw your firearm.
All right.
Your ears are on. Everybody's got ears on? Yeah, go ahead. Now, listen, all I want you to do here is I want you to think grip. And I want you to really think through your grip. Now, Hugh, I'd like that thumb to stay away from behind the gun. So usually what we do here is flag that thumb high, and then tuck this hand in. And so what I tend to do here, I'm going to show you again with my hands. So I will tend to, you're left-handed like me, lefty gang, okay? So then I put all this hand here and then just rest that thumb kind of on the back like that. That's how I generally try to grip the gun. If you need to cross those thumbs, you can. It depends on our grip strength, okay? Try it that way a little bit, and then if it's really a struggle and your hand's really not doing well with that, then I can cross this thumb over the top. Okay, so this thumb I could if I needed to. Destiny, that looks like a great grip to me. I really want you, do you mind if I touch your hands?
No.
So I really want you to think about gripping down here, okay? Again, pro tip for instructors, I ask students before I touch them. Okay, you guys, why don't you just put, I don't know, 5 or 6 shots down range at a controllable pace. There's no pace thing here. I just want you to just warm up, okay? Go ahead. Good. All right, Hugh, home, please. Finger home, finger high and home. Good. Why don't you guys safely, carefully, reluctantly holster. Make sure you grease the landing. Take your time. There's no race to the holster. Good. Nice work. High five. High five. Okay. So I'm gonna give one other thing. Hugh, you're really good at this, so you can just ignore this and play a little bit more games. Madam, I want you to step forward and step to me just a little bit. So people get taught this. All right, we're gonna fix this, and that is, you got this kind of like gun stance. So I want you to kind of put your hands out here. Don't actually draw your gun. Now set up like you're shooting. I want to see like you're shooting. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some recoil here. Okay, and we're gonna see kind of how much you can, what kind of strength you have available.
Okay.
You are a small human.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm a large human. I can get away with murder. Right. I can literally stand on one leg because I'm fat. Like, is what it is. Okay, so if you set up like you're in there and this is how you're going to do that, and that's how much strength you have available. Okay, so now we're going to set you up again. Okay, good, like you go. Now, okay, good. Now I want that same thing, and I want you to set up like you're shooting. Okay, you ready for that shooting? And that's how much strength you have. Good, that's pretty good. Okay, now here's what I want you to do instead. Okay, I want you to relax, and I want you to stand up like a normal human. Like you're doing normal human things.
Yeah.
Right? Now, exactly like you had here, you might take your strong side foot and step it back a little bit. Did you ever play any ball sports in school? Did you play
softball.
You played softball, beautifully. Yes. What position did you play in softball?
Third, outfield.
Beautiful. If you played infield at all, this is perfect. Because if you think about it, okay, so think I'm playing third base and I'm arranged towards home plate. So if you and I are arranged towards home plate and the pitcher is about to release the ball, and if I was kind of standing like this, would I feel like I'm ready to play third base right now?
No.
Why not?
I mean, you're not at a ready.
So one of the things we do in the infield, right, is we tend to get a little bit low because we're worried about ground balls, right? And we don't want to get overwhelmed by ground balls. So, but really, when everything goes down, I'm going to be feet shoulder width apart, all of me pointed towards home plate, right? So now you got to think of home plate as your bad guy. And so what I'm thinking is a little bit back on 1 foot, maybe I might need because you're little and you are and you need structure.
Sure.
But here's the big thing: I want you to stand up tall. Okay?
Right.
First of all, you don't have any height to give away. Second of all, watch what happens. Okay? So just stand up like a normal person. Maybe scooch that right foot back a skosh. No, back that way.
Back.
And you don't have to go that far if you don't want to. Maybe experiment.
Yeah.
Okay? Now I want you to point your toes towards me. And maybe kick that foot out a little bit. Right? So instead of, I see people do this all the time, is that when I go, hey, point your toe at me, they pull their toe in instead of pulling their heel out.
Okay.
Okay? Maybe a little thing there. And now just stand up nice and tall like normal. Like, do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, now put your hands up like you're going to shoot. Now, did you feel all that drop you just did?
Yeah.
Stop that. Just stand up. Okay, so just stand up like a normal human. Okay, figure gun up. Okay, and now we're going to see what. Do you feel how much more strength you just had?
Sure.
Now wait a minute. You were like, so at first I could see it. You're like, oh no, John's about to push me over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's experiment with your foot back a little bit. So maybe maybe that's how much structure you need. Okay.
Right.
And if you need to get over your toes here, and what all I want you to think about is bringing my knee over my toe.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like I'm not bending over.
Sure.
I'm just kind of biasing forward a little bit. All right. And just stand up normal. Okay. And like a normal human. Do you feel how much difference that is?
For sure, yeah.
So and was it easier or harder?
It was easier, for sure, yeah.
So I'm doing less work
Right.
and getting more result.
Right.
Right? Let's try it and see how it does to your shooting.
Okay.
Hugh, why don't you come on up too? Again, you were standing up like a normal human. You were just like, I have a gun in my hand. Bang, 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 right? So yes, keep doing that.
Yeah, the last, when we were doing the child's class, and that was what she was just working with it, trying to figure out, because we were talking about how I could take less. Like I move around a lot because I'm a smaller person.
I mean, listen, physics is not a suggestion.
Right.
It's the law.
Right.
Right? So acceleration, how much the gun pushes on me, is a physics equation. It is the force, which the gun has got, how much force it has, divided by mass, which you don't have any of.
Yeah.
Right? You're we. So we have to use structure in order to overcome that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's
perfect.
try it.
Okay.
Go ahead and safely draw your guns, guys. Take your time. Grip it like you mean it. Okay, now Destiny, if you need to, again, get over your toes there a little bit. Good. And then stand up normal. Now, hang on a second.
I already start to drop.
So just relax. I just want you to, do you still have a gun in your hand? Now, again, again, a good friend. Do you feel the sway in your back here?
Yeah.
Can you stand up normal like you were before?
Yeah, I can try. I have a
Okay, so
sway
watch
back.
this now. So I'm going to take the gun. I have the gun.
Okay.
Go ahead and let it go. Now stand up just normal. Not with a gun in your hand. Just stand up normal from here.
Okay.
Now, do you still feel stand? I want you to just pull your front of your body and just stand like a normal human. Good. This is your normal stance.
Yeah,
Now,
I have a big sway in my back.
which is
so.
life, right? So now again, stick the gun in your hand. You have the gun.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's good. That's where I want you to be.
Okay.
See how that's your normal self?
Yeah.
Good. Bring the gun up to you and go ahead, you guys. I need to reload. Do you notice the gun's not pushing you around now?
Do what?
The gun's not pushing you around now.
Right. I definitely would agree.
Okay, stand up normal. Relax. Big deep breath. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now the gun's not pushing you around at all. Look, do you know what I just noticed too?
What?
When you push that out there, the sway in your back went away.
That it?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not joking. Do you see that, Phil? That as soon as she stood up straight, this big sway, it just went away. She just went forward a little bit. Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Try it again. Really nice. So let's get from here forward here. Let's put your spare magazines in your right hand pockets. So you don't have to change hands with the gun.
Yeah, except my wallet's in there.
So we can put that back on the bench, and then that way we don't have to worry about it, okay? Good, man. How you feeling?
Good.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
All right, I like the results I'm seeing. Just grip that gun like it means something. So that kind of low right push that we're doing, that is very common for those of us who are left-handed. What that probably means is as you're pressing the trigger, you're squeezing with that whole hand. So if you watch my hand, if I squeeze with my whole hand, do you see how it kind of pushes
Yeah.
that right way? And so when I do that, it goes, and it'll push that low right when I squeeze with my whole hand, which is one of the reasons if I squeeze with my pinky real hard first, it's already set and I don't have anywhere to go. Okay? Try that a couple times. Money! Beautiful. Look at that. It went away. Nice job, you. Good. Safely, carefully, reluctantly holster. Let's put our finger high, high, high. Very good. Let's turn around this way, folks.
I always have like a couple squirrely.
Hey, wait. Time out. Okay, so first of all, for somebody with your level of training, that's a really good looking target, Destiny. Don't feel bad about that. There's no reason to feel bad about anything. And I know, again, so you've got guys behind you who are high level firearms instructors and you're like, oh, I'm not as good as they are. Dude, how many hundreds of hours of gun school have they had?
Right.
How many tens of thousands of rounds downrange do they have? If they couldn't do better than you, that would be a problem, right? Like, and so don't feel bad about that. Like, you're in process. We're all in process. And so sometimes we get this thing of, oh, wait a minute, I'm not good enough. Dude, you're totally good. You're doing a great job. I would say, honestly, I can ask our instructors who are off camera. I would say Destiny is probably in the top 5 to 10% of handgun carriers.
Easy.
Phil, what do you think?
Yeah, could probably pass the Arizona post qualification as is.
So you could probably pass the Arizona Police Officer Standards and Training qualification at your standard. So that's cops that we go, oh, look, we've given you a professional level of firearm
Sure,
skills.
yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, most cops suck at shooting, which is why the qual is where it is, but, you know, I'm just going to say it out loud. Sorry, guys. And I know my cop friends, so first of all, my cop friends who don't train get offended at that. My cop friends who do train, I'll go, yeah, no, most cops can't shoot worth a damn. And that's just truth, everyone. But I think you did great. Hugh, same thing, man. I really think, again, you're staying within yourself. You're doing a really good job of that. So let's just continue to reinforce that and let them shoot some, okay? And here's my encouragement to you. When you come out here, I'm not trying to give folks 1,000 things to work on. Just grip the gun, stand up straight, see what happens with it. And you saw a big change when you started standing up straight.
For sure,
You know, and just that idea of, wait a minute, but I'm supposed to feel this way when I shoot, right? Like this tension. And instead of going, okay, no, relax, and just bring the gun up to me and shoot.
Yeah, I think those are those bad habits. You know, I just maybe seen it on TV or what, you know, when you're younger, and it's just like that just carried on.
All right, I need a comment from everybody in the comment section who can't watch gun stuff on TV anymore because you yell at the screen. If you cannot yet watch gun stuff because you yell at the screen, I want to hear from you in the comments. So, Destiny, good shooting. Hugh, good shooting. We're going to let him shoot some more, turn the cameras off. Hey, let me encourage you. I don't care what the guys on the internet shoot. I don't care what YouTube celebrities or Insta-famous people shoot. I don't care how fast the folks who do this for a living can do it. If you can't, hey, just accept where you are and go work a little bit and have some fun, okay?